guys, welcome to Anita Crochet. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a flower mesh stitch halter top. And first of all, we are going to be working with Robin 100% acrylic. It's 50 grams, so this is size 2 yarn, and I'm going to be doubling my strands so I can get some sort of like thickness that I want for my top. You can as well work with the size 4. It will perfectly also give you a good result, and also your flowers will be much more puffy than they could be in this kind of stitch. But I just chose this because I wanted something lightweight given what my client asked of me. You will be working with a 3.5mm hook. You'll need scissors and a darning needle to weave in your ends. So here we are going to make a knot like I usually start my work. Like this. Get your hook into the loop, and you are going to work a total of 17 foundation chains for your breast cup if you're working with this kind of the size of yarn, size 2. And if you're working with size 4, you are going to just work a total of 15. So 15 is for like literally the whole of the rib of our breast cup. So we have to add 2 more chains to like give our first double crochet a start, right? So that means if you're working 17, you're going to work 19, and if you're working 15, you're going to work you're going to work 17. All right, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 15 16 17 18 19. All right, so into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook, we are going to work a double crochet, and we shall work 1 double crochet into the next stitches until we get to the very last chain stitch. So just work 1 double crochet into every chain stitch until you get to the very last chain stitch. I have some sort of loose, so I hope this voice can actually get to you and you can hear me very clearly. So here we are in the very last chain stitch. We are going to work 2 double crochets in the very same stitch. Okay, and now we are going to chain 1, yarn over, into the very same stitch we work 2 more double crochets. Okay, and now yarn over into the 2nd chain stitch on the opposite side of the foundation chains. We work 1 double crochet and continue working 1 double crochet into every chain stitch on the opposite side of our foundation chains until we come to the end of the row. So I have come to the end of my first row of my breast cup, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so now we are going to chain 2 and turn our work. Yarn over into the first stitch. We work 1 double crochet and work 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and the next you work 1 double crochet. So literally we are just going to work 1 double crochet into every stitch until we get to the chain 1 space that we made right here up your cup. And this is literally the last row I am working for you guys, so you guys can now just work everything on your own. As you can see, I am approaching the chain 1 space that we made at the peak of our breast cup, and this is it. All right, so here into the chain 1 space we are going to work 2 double crochets, and then chain 1, yarn over, work 2 double crochets in the very same gap. All right, now from here we are going to work 1 double crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of our row. So work this until you come to the end of your row. And I already made my breast cups, so they are complete, and I just want to show you, if you are working for a size small, you can just work about, with this kind of yarn, you can just work about 6 rows of double crochet, and if you're working for a size medium, you can work between 7 rows to 8. If you're working for a size large, you can go all the way to 9 and 10, or whichever number that can fit the cup that you want. All right. So basically, if you're working with size 4, you can work just 5 for your size small, and 6 for your size medium, and 10 or 9 for your size large. So I already finished my cups, and literally you are just going to repeat the pattern I have given you. Work 1 double crochet into every stitch until you get to the chain 1 space, and here you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the very same gap. All right. After that, you'll work 1 double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. Chain 2, turn your work, 1 double crochet into every stitch until to the chain gap. In the chain gap, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the very same chain gap. So literally that's the pattern to follow until you get this result. And once you're here, this is what you are going to do. We are now going to work our picots for our breast cups. And this is how I work mine. I chain 3, all right, yarn over, skip the very first stitch, skip the next, and into the third, because chain 2 chains of these 3 work as a stitch. So literally I am counting this as a half double crochet stitch right here into the chain 1, into the first stitch. So I'll skip the next because the chain 1 is for the gap, and then I'll work 1 half double crochet into the third stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1 stitch, and into the next you work 1 half double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, into the next you work 1 half double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work 1 half double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, into the next 1 half double crochet. This is what you are going to follow until you come to the chain gap space. Sorry, the chain gap. So here we are. You are going to skip this stitch and work a half double crochet into the chain gap at the peak of your breast cup. Chain 1, and yes, again into the chain gap that you have worked your half double crochet is exactly where you're going to work this. So we have a V stitch in there, and now chain 1, skip the next stitch, and into the next to work 1 half double crochet. So you are just going to now follow this pattern like we did previously for the other side. All right, so just work this until you come to the end of your row, and let me come back and show you how to work the next. Once you have all your chain gaps ready, like you can see my cup like this, this is what you are going to do. You are going to work 1 single, chain 2, work 1 single crochet into this very first stitch, and that's the half double crochet stitch. And then into the gap you work 1 single crochet, chain 3, get back into the single crochet right here, insert your hook right into that. I hope you guys can see this, and then work a slip stitch. So this is to work your picot. Okay, so work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and that's the half double crochet stitch of the previous row. See what we have. So that's what we have. Okay, so into the chain gap you work 1 single crochet, chain 3, get back into the very first chain and work a slip stitch like that. Okay, and then work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. So literally the picot stitch is always in the middle of the chain gap. Okay, like that. And now into the chain gap you work 1 single crochet with a picot, chain 3, get back right here and work a slip stitch into the very first chain stitch, 1 single crochet with a picot on top, and then 1 single crochet into the next chain stitch. See the result? Okay, this is the result of it. So this is what you are going to do into every chain stitch. I'm just going to work you all the way up right here to the peak, and then I'll let you work the whole of the work on your own. So you see what I am getting? That is it. I'm just going to continue working this and show you how to work your the peak of your breast cup from there. I'll let you work the whole of the project on your own. I'll just come back to show you how to work your cleavage closure. So here we are at the V of the peak of our breast cup, and into the V we are going to work one single crochet, and work the second single crochet, and work the third single crochet. So literally this is to keep our breast cup having that oval shape and not getting circular in shape. Now into this next stitch I'm going to work one single crochet, and when I get to the gap, the chain gap, I'll work a single crochet with a picot on top. So now I believe you have learned how to work this. Work all the way down and get to your second breast cup and do the same. I'm just going to get back to the second breast cup after you have finished working the peak of it right here for your second breast cup. So literally work all the way down, get your second breast cup, work all the way up, and I'm going to meet you right here to show you how to work your closure. All right, I have finished the whole of this breast cup, and I am almost like 3/4 of this. All right, so first of all, the trick to having your picots looking very, very good, I always say, and having them looking pricky enough like this, is getting the inside onto the outside. Like you can see, following your very last stitch, your very last single crochet row, you can see this has to be the outside. All right, but for me, I always turn it in out like this, and you can see the difference already. You can just see they look like really up. They look like they were just placed on like pearls. All right, so I believe you all can see the difference right there, and this is how I do mine. I just change this in out and have this side on top, and then this one on the inside that has to be on top. And that's what I'm going to do for my second cup, like this. So I'll move this on this side and this on this side, because now I want to work some sort of closure for my cleavage right here. And this is exactly what you are going to do. Count 4 chain gaps, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is where we are going to start our closure, in the 4th chain gap. So we are going to work this very same procedure for these 2 chain gaps remaining, and then we shall work our closure right here, and I'm going to show you how. So let's first close this up and see about the closure that I am talking about. Okay, so also in this we just do the same. Work a single crochet with a picot, and then a single crochet onto the half double crochet. So we count once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we have to work this as well. If you're working with a size large, I believe you can make your closure in the first 5 chain gaps or 6 chain gaps. All right, it will be great. But if you're working for size medium, size small, you can leave this out, because I believe your breasts are already firmer and you don't need all this kind of like closure, but you can work it just for the sake of your top looking like very nice if you have to. So this is what I do. I'll turn these up and down, and I'm going to get my hook. As you can see, the next stitch is the one that has to go into the chain gap, and it has to have a picot on top. So this is what I do. I work 1 single crochet into the chain gap and get over this side, count 4 chain gaps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the picot in which I have to like work a slip stitch. So I insert my hook into the picot itself and then work a slip stitch to join the 2. All right, and then get back on this side and work a single crochet into the half double crochet stitch of the previous row. Into the chain gap right here, I work 1 single crochet and then get over to this side. Okay, find this picot. All right, and work a slip stitch. So literally, instead of working a slip stitch, instead of working a picot, we are working a slip stitch into the picot on the opposite side of the breast gap. All right, so into the chain gap you work 1 single crochet, get onto this side and work a slip stitch into the picot. All right, get back on this side, work a single crochet into the half double crochet stitch of the previous row, like that. And then now into the chain gap where you have to work a picot, you instead work 1 single crochet and work a slip stitch into the picot of the opposite side. And now into the chains, the second chain stitch of the 3 that started the row, for the gaps you work a single crochet. So basically this is how your work has to look like. See this kind of closure? All right, so this is it. And now from here you will cut your yarn. So now you are going to make a knot and chain 10. 1 2 3 9 10. All right, so once we have 10 chains, we are going to get back right here into this very first stitch right here on the underbust, or like below, just below your breast cups, and work a single crochet into that. Now into the half double crochet post you work a single crochet, and right here into the joint, the one that joins the half double crochet and the double crochet of the body of the breast cup, you work a single crochet. Into the double crochet post you work a single crochet, and into the, call it the joint right there, you work a single crochet. Or you can just work 2 single crochets into every double crochet post, or you can just follow what I'm trying to do. It's all going to give you the very same result. So into the double crochet post you work a single crochet, into the joint you work a single crochet, into the double crochet post 1 single crochet, into the joint 1 single crochet, and let's go on and on and on. Now once you're here, see what we have. And once you are here, you are going to work 1 single crochet into the half double crochet post, 1 single crochet onto the very last single crochet that was worked on this border of the breast cup, the picot row. And now just cross over to this other end of the breast cup and work a single crochet like that. Into the half double crochet post on the previous on the opposite breast cup, you'll work a single crochet and just continue the whole entire process, working 1 single crochet into every stitch until you get to the end right here, and at the end you work 10 chains. All right, and that's where I'm going to meet you and show you what to do. Now I have my 10 chains already worked, so I'll work 2 more chains, and into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook I work 1 double crochet, and then work 1 double crochet into the next chain stitch, and I'm going to keep working 1 double crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of my row. So work all the way until you get here and work 1 double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of your row right there. So this is how my work looks like after working my row of double crochet. Okay, now to work the underbust of the flower mesh stitch, now here we are going to work 1 double crochet into this very first stitch, and then chain 1, skip 1 2, and then into the 3rd you work 1 double crochet, chain 4, work 1 double crochet in the very same stitch, chain 3, get back right here into this stitch and work 1 double crochet. Oh, sorry, we are working 2 double crochet together, so you get back into that very same, the tip of your double crochet, and work your 2nd double crochet and yarn over, pull through all. So yarn over, skip two stitches, and into the third you work 3 double crochet together. I'm going to go a little faster because I already shared this in my booty shorts tutorial, and I went very slow because I wanted all of you to learn from it. Now yarn over, skip 4, 1 2 3 4, into the fifth you work 3 double crochet together. Yarn over, pull through all, and then chain 3. Get back at the peak right here and just find a space where to insert your hook and work 2 double crochet together. Okay, now yarn over, skip 2 stitches, and into the third you work 1 double crochet, and then work 4 chains. Get back and work 1 double crochet into the very same stitch. See what we have. We have 4 petals already and a V-stitch. From here we are going to chain 3 and get back at the tip of our previous double crochet and work 2 double crochet together like that. Yarn over, skip 2 stitches, into the third you work 3 double crochet together. Yarn over, skip 4 stitches, into the fifth you work 3 double crochet together. So literally we are skipping 4 stitches when we are separating 2 petals from each other, as you can see. Now chain 3, yarn over, get back right here, insert your hook into that stitch and work 2 double crochet together. Yarn over, skip 2 stitches, into the third you work the V, and that's 1 double crochet, chain 4, 1 double crochet in the very same stitch. So you see what we have, and this is the pattern you are going to repeat until you come to the end of your row. So let me just repeat one more time. From here you chain 3, yarn over, get back into the tip of your double crochet, the previous double crochet, and work 2 double crochets together like that. Yarn over, skip 2 stitches, into the third you work 3 double crochet together like that. And now to separate these 2 petals from each other, you yarn over, skip 4 stitches, and into the fifth you work 3 double crochet together. Now chain 3 and work the 4th petal. Get back at the tip of your previous stitch and then work 2 double crochet together, because the chain 3 works as a stitch. Now here you are going to skip 2 stitches and then work the V, and that's 1 double crochet, chain 4, 1 double crochet in the very same stitch. So this is what we have. We have 4 petals for our first row of the flower mesh stitch. So work this until you come to the end of my row. If you have not understood this clearly, please you can watch my booty shorts, the flower mesh booty shorts. I worked this really slow because I wanted you guys to pick it very clearly. All right, so repeat this whole pattern until you come to the end of your row, and that's where I'm going to meet you and show you how to work your next row. All right, I'm at the end of my row and this is where I am. As you can see, I went halfway my whole flower. I have 2 petals instead of having 4. But what I'll do is I'll chain 3, and this 3 acts as a double crochet stitch, and now I'll chain 2 for the chain gap. Get into the center of these 2 petals and work 3 double crochet together like that. Chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Get into the V right here and work a single crochet. Chain 6 again. Get into the middle of these 4 petals, 1 2 3 4. In the middle right there you work 3 double crochet together Okay, chain 3, work 3 double crochet together in the very same stitch. All right, now chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, chain 6, and into the V you work 1 single crochet, chain 6 again, work 3 double crochet together into the middle of the 4 petals that we worked on the previous row, chain 3, work 3 double crochet together for your last petal, and that's the 6th. So we have to have 6 petals for every flower. See what we have? That's how the chains look like. And now chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, into the V you work 1 single crochet, chain 6 again, and then work 3 double crochet together in the middle of the 4 petals that we worked on the previous row, chain 3 to separate the 2 petals, and work 3 double crochet together for the very last petal of this flower. I hope you all can now clearly see that we have our petals. So do this until you come to the end of your row right here, and that's where I'm going to meet you and show you how to work the next row. You are going to work 6 chains, 1 2 3 4 5 6, oh, and then 7 8. So work 8 of them, and work a single crochet into this stitch right here, the shell sorry, the chain gap that is right here, and now yarn over into this chain 3 space. We are going to work 14 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 13 and 14. All right, so we have 14 of them, and we are going to work a single crochet into the chain 6 space that we have on the other side. See how it looks? And now from here you are going to work 6 chains, 1 2 3 4 5 6, work a single crochet into the next chain gap like that, yarn over, work 14 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 13 14. Okay, so we have 14 double crochets, and we are going to work a single crochet into the next chain, the chain gap, chain 6, work a single crochet in the next chain gap. See what we are having? We are working the double crochets in between the 2 petals, the 5th and the 6th, and then here you work into the next chain gap and work 14 double crochets, 2 3 and 14. So we have 14 of them, and now you work a single crochet. I'm going to leave you work the last the next stitches on your own. So work a single crochet right here, chain 6, and then work a single crochet into the next chain gap. Now into this next chain gap you work 14 double crochets. You see what we have? Do exactly that until you come to the end of your row, and that's where I'm going to meet you and show you how to work the next row. All right, so I worked 7 double crochets for my very last shell because that's what my pattern asked of me. And here I am going to work 4 chains, like you can see. Skip the very first stitch, skip the next, and into the third you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, work a double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1, work a double crochet in the next, and now here you are going to work a single crochet into the chain gap. All right, now yarn over into this very first stitch right here, you work a double crochet, chain 2, so chain 2, skip 1, into the next you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, into the next you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, work 1 double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1, 1 double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 1, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. You have to have 7 of them, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, so here I will chain 2 and then work a single crochet into the chain gap. You see what we have? Okay, so we are going to just repeat this pattern. I'm just showing you one more time, and then you'll go all alone on your own. So here you work one double crochet into the one of the 14 single crochets, double crochets that we worked, and then you chain 2, skip 1, into the next you work a double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, in the next stitch you work a double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, work a double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 1, a double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 1, a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 1, and then a double crochet in the next. The reason as to why I tell you to chain 2 when you're ending, because we have 1 double crochet right here that is not worked, and if we just go like this, it's going to show that we didn't work the right number of stitches for our work. So here you'll just chain 2 like this, and then work a single crochet into this chain gap. So that's what we have, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so do this all the way over all these shells until you come to the end. I'm just going to come back and show you how to work the very last row, and that will mark the end of our tutorial. So let me see you there and show you what to do. So clearly this is what we have, and to work our very last row we are just going to do exactly what we have been doing for the border of our top right here, for the border of our breast caps. And this is it. I'm just going to get through this very fast. You work 1 single crochet, chain 2, work 1 single crochet, and now into this chain gap right here, the first one, you work a single crochet with a picot like this, and then work 1 single crochet again. So after you work your picot, just get into this chain gap right here, okay, like this, work 1 single crochet, because remember we had chain 2 into these spaces, so work 1 single crochet, and then the next should have a picot like this. So onto the double crochet post, you work 1 single crochet, into the gap you work 1 single crochet with a picot. So literally what you have to do is work 1 single crochet, and then the next single crochet should have a picot. But remember, into the gap we are working 2 single crochets because we worked 2 chains for every chain gap. So here you work a single crochet with a picot on top, then 1 single crochet into the gap, and the second single crochet should have a picot on top, still into the gap, and then onto the double crochet post you work 1 single crochet, into the gap you work 1 single crochet with a picot, and again 1 more single crochet into the gap. Now onto the double crochet post you work 1 single crochet with a picot, and this is what we are going to follow until we come to the end of our row. So let me just finish this shell off so I can clearly get to show you how to cross over to the other shell. A single crochet with a picot, and the next should be 1 single crochet. Into the gap you work a single crochet with a picot, and the next single crochet in the gap should be a plain single crochet. and then 1 single crochet onto the double crochet post with a picot. Okay, and then 1 single crochet into the gap, another single crochet with a picot into the gap. And clearly, as you can see, we have no stitches left to work. So what we do from here is we cross over to this side. Okay, so literally I haven't worked a single crochet onto this double crochet post, and that's for a reason. So here you just maneuver to this side, work your single crochets. When you get here, don't work into this double crochet post, instead just cross over to the next shell. Okay, so clearly this is what you have to have when you come to the end of your row. If you work a single crochet right here, your work will show it has too many stitches onto one shell. So it's better you skip this very last double crochet of every shell and just cross over to the next shell and work your single crochets with a picot on top. This is how your work has to look like. I will thank you for following my tutorials and thank you for watching. So lastly, from here, you'll just put a strap right here and a strap right here, get back right here at the peak of your breast caps and put straps right here, and then you have your halter top complete. Thank you for watching once again. See you in my next tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram and my Facebook, and then you'll see more good stuff to follow. My Etsy, there is a link in the description box below. You can always go there and purchase more patterns that I have on my shop. Thank you once again. Goodbye.